Private sessions. How does it work? What can you expect? Well, this and more I will be sharing in this video, so I would say buckle up and let's dive into this. Like, subscribe and share. Hi, my name is Lotfi, and in this video we'll be sharing how do I work in a private session or private sessions. A while ago I decided to not do just single sessions but work in packages of 5 sessions, because you may get your aha moment in the first session, but then you do not manage to fully integrate it, apply it in your daily life, and thus you fall back in your old habits. This is something I've seen happening a lot, really a lot. And I was lucky enough at certain moments not to experience that myself. I'm not saying always, but certain moments. Because I was working with somebody long term, or I had a mentor. And so when having had a breakthrough, aha moment, an epiphany, and I would be like, how to integrate that now? Or I would think I would know and would start, and then at a certain moment I get stuck, like, what now? Then I would be really grateful that I had this person I could talk to, who would guide me further. And so if I organize a workshop where breakthroughs are being performed, are happening, then there is always a comeback moment, a moment of contact, where we look back at the last few weeks since that workshop happened and see how things are going. Coming back to private sessions, this is exactly what happens. And so ideally, depending on the speed of person's work on himself and many other circumstances, we do every other week a session, meaning that the person has time to integrate, to let things sink in, and then to start applying. And then, while moving forward and applying, obstacles show up. And then he needs to navigate that. Sometimes he needs guidance. So that's where those extra sessions come in. Or simply, during the first session, there is the getting to know each other, starting to feel a little bit safer, getting ready, preparing, and building up towards the big aha. Sometimes it takes several sessions for somebody to get that, because you think you have this thing that you want to resolve, but there are other things before that thing that you need to resolve in order to have the tools to be able to fix or transform that thing. And that's how life works in general. I've talked about this a lot in many videos, that we get on our paths, these life lessons, which eventually will help us to deal with that bigger thing that comes later. Because these life lessons gave us experiences. They're like tools that we can use to handle the bigger issue later. I have since let go of this concept. I'm not saying I'm not doing it anymore, but if somebody insists on just wanting to do one session, that's fine. The responsibility is yours. I will not tell you like either we do 5 sessions or we don't. In many cases, I still recommend doing a package, which also saves you money, of course. But it's about the importance of what's the word in English? The importance is that when you get your insights, when you get your epiphany, when you get your aha, you want to be able to integrate it in your daily life. And that's not always as easy. So if you decide to book just a single session with me, that's fine, but just know that I'm available to do follow-ups. And there's no shame in saying, I just need only one session, and then afterwards, well, shit, maybe I should not have said that. Well, put your ego aside and just come back to me, and I'll gladly help you. I'll be happy to help you, because it feeds me when you succeed. So this is the shell. What happens inside? During a session, there are questions being asked by me. There's contemplation, there is meditations to help you relax, to refocus, to be in the here and now, to empty your mind. There's channeling happening. I do channel things come through, just like I'm talking now. Things just come like, oh, this needs to be said. This needs to be asked. I do share experiences to help you understand what's going on in life, where you're standing in your journey. Sometimes I do share a personal experience so that you do realize there's nothing wrong with you. You're not the only one experiencing what you're experiencing. Far from that. Hey, we're with 7.5 billion people on this planet. So you're definitely not the only one. We're all unique, but we may have similar experiences. So when you come into a session with me, you leave shame at the door. And if you bring it in, I will take it from you and throw it out of the window, way of speaking. I will be utilizing the tools that I feel in the moment that I need to use. It can be channeling, it can be meditation, it can be a family constellation on paper, it can be anything. Sometimes I use the gene keys or human design to help get clarity, to visualize things for you so that you understand the bigger picture. Because often we stand in the middle of the forest and we cannot see the whole forest because the trees are so dense. So I help you to come higher and have a helicopter view. I can be really serious. But when it gets too serious, especially when the client gets too serious, I will break that seriousness. Because it's important, we are at ease. We feel comfortable. It's not a competition. There is not one way of doing things. There's not the right way of doing things. There's only the right way for you to walk your path, to grow, to evolve, and to enjoy life. Maybe for the first time ever. So be it. Let's start doing it. So if you're stuck with something, asking for help is a sign of strength. I myself do ask for help. I have several coaches that I can go to if I have issues that I cannot resolve by myself. The same when it comes to mentoring. So why don't you do it? Looking forward to hearing from you, and I wish you a beautiful day. Like, subscribe, and share.